Oh yeah, we're doing it. We're taking the clown out of Finn. This one's for you, John Boyega. If you've seen the first part of my Taking the Mary Sue Out of Rey series, then you know of a couple of scenes from The Force Awakens in which we've already taken the clown out of Finn. We're going to do more of that. We're now going to show what Finn would have looked like in other scenes throughout The Force Awakens had his character been treated with much more care. Let's get started. First, just to get it out of the way, we're going to remove Rey's complaints about Finn holding her hand. Why? Because Finn is doing nothing more than trying to help lead Rey to safety. The fact that Rey is rolling her eyes at Finn for doing this is just childish, and Rey isn't a child, so let's not make her appear as if she is one.
What are you doing? Come on! Come on, BB-8!
Let go of me!
Come on, we gotta move!
I know how to run without you holding my hand! BB-8, stay close! This way!
What are you doing? Come on! Come on, BB-8!
BB-8, stay close! This way! Stop taking my hand!
Alright, now let's see some attempts at physical comedy.
Get off! Get off! See anything?
Oh no.
Come on, BB-8.
I got it. I'm okay.
Do you think this will work on the stormtroopers?
Okay, that's much better. Let's see the next one now.
Come on, BB-8. Do you think this will work on the stormtroopers?
Yeah, their masks filter out smoke, not toxins.
Do you see how we're already respecting Finn as a character simply by not including that silly stuff? Remember when you saw The Empire Strikes Back for the first time and you noticed how well-respected Lando Calrissian's character was? That's what we're going for here. Let's just show some respect for Finn and handle his character with care. Alright, let's move on, because just 3 minutes of screen time after Finn falls down with BB-8 on top of him, we get the infamous Rathtars scene.
Yeah, I know him. I knew Luke. Oh, don't tell me a Rathar's got loose.
Wait, what? Did you just say Raptor?
Now, if you ask me, and you didn't, the reason this scene is in the film is because the filmmakers probably thought the audience would be getting bored by now if another action scene wasn't inserted here. And of course, in modern movies, where there's action, there must be attempts at comedy. So here's Finn goofing around with the Rathtars, because it's what we want to see, right? All the Rathtars scene does is interrupt the flow of the storytelling. So let's just do all of humanity a favor and cut it out of the movie. And while we're at it, we'll also cut this related scene that involves Finn wrestling with Chewbacca for reasons.
Chewie, come on! up with this giant hairy thing! Stop moving!
You hurt Chewie, you're gonna deal with me!
Hurt him? He almost killed me 6 times! Which is fine.
Well, the benefit of removing this scene is twofold. We cut a bit of Finn's clowning, and we get to take the Mary Sue out of Rey one more time.
His hyperdrive blows are gonna be pieces of us in 3 different systems.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
Huh. Move.
And if we move the scene of Snoke meeting with Kylo, since it appears between the Rathtar scene and this scene, then we get a wonderfully smooth transition from the scene in which Han says he knew Luke to the scene in which Han explains what happened to Luke.
Yeah. I know him. I knew Luke.
Go ahead.
Ever since Luke disappeared, people have been looking for him.
Do you see how great it is when we remove the obvious interruptions so we can flow with the story as it's being told? Now, let's do that a bit more, this time with the scene in which Finn tries to lie to Han.
Hey, Solo. Okay, I'm not sure what we're walking into.
Did you just call me Solo?
Sorry, Han, Mr. Solo. You should know. I'm a big deal in the Resistance, which puts a real target on my back. Are there any conspirators here? Like First Order sympathizers?
Listen, big deal. You got another problem. Women always figure out the truth. Always.
Seriously, why are we wasting precious film time showing Finn as a bad liar? Why not use this time to show how he feels now about his recent Stormtrooper past? For example, and please forgive my bad impressions of Han and Finn, but imagine if the scene went more like this. Finn, I don't think I can go in there. Han, where? Maz's establishment? It's nothing you haven't handled before. You'll be fine. Finn, no, I mean, everybody in there, they have family, friends. If I haven't hurt them, they know people I've hurt. Han, well, you're not hurting them anymore, are you? That has to count for something. Finn, not to me. Han, not yet. Finn, not ever. Han, look, kid, just do this one thing. Do one good thing. How everybody treats you after, that's up to them. Finn, I'll try. Han, that's all I'm asking. Okay, thankfully that's over. Do you see how a simple rewrite of a scene like that can show how Finn understands the consequences of his former life as a stormtrooper? That's really something that was missing from the movie, don't you think? Also, this line of dialogue shows that Han learned from one good thing he did.
What?
Yahoo!
and how everyone treated him after that.
Hey! I knew you'd come back. I just knew it. Well, I was going to let you get all the credit and take all the rewards.
Hey, I knew that was more to you than money.
This would show how Han grew as a character and how he's willing to pass on that lesson to Finn, you know, rather than some line about,
women always figure out the truth. Always.
And with this scene gone, we now get a smoother transition from the previous scene of the Falcon arriving on the planet to the next scene of Han speaking to Rey.
You might need this.
Okay, let's move on. Just kidding. That's not really clowning, but Finn does yell so much in the sequel trilogy that it's good to remove any instance of it.
No! No! No, no! No! No!
That's much less annoying, isn't it? And speaking of annoying...
Finn, be careful with those. They're explosives.
Now you tell me?
Apparently, Finn, a former stormtrooper, doesn't know what explosives look like. That said, I can forgive this writing error because at least Finn wasn't doing this. I'll get to talking about the prequels, I promise. For now, let's just keep taking the clown out of Finn.
The flooding tunnel's over that ridge. We'll get in that way.
What was your job when you were based here?
Sanitation.
Sanitation? Then how do you know how to disable the shields?
I don't. I'm just here to get Ray.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us.
Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force.
Okay, now the writers are destroying the whole Finn is a former stormtrooper image for a cheap laugh. Pay attention, budding writers, because this is how you squander an idea that has, or in this case, had, a huge amount of potential. Finn says that he doesn't know how to lower the shields, which means that he knowingly left the Resistance with a key missing piece of their plan to destroy Starkiller Base, just to catch a ride on the Falcon. A ride he would have gotten anyway had he simply volunteered to help Han and Chewie. I'm sure Han would have appreciated another gun watching his back.
The flooding tunnel's over that ridge. We'll get in that way.
Do you see how Finn now appears to be a competent, intelligent soldier with leadership potential? He knows how to take down the shields, and he's going to lead Han and Chewie to the shield generator, so he can do exactly what he said he can do. Alright, let's just go to the next clip.
The longer we're here, the less luck we're gonna have. The shields.
I have an idea about that. Remember me?
FN 2187.
Not anymore. The name's Finn, and I'm in charge. I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
I got the loot, Steve!
I'm in charge.
I got the loot!
I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
You know, watching Finn be this much of a clown really drives me insane.
Want me to blast that bucket off your head? Lower the shields.
You're making a big mistake.
Do it. Solo, if this works, we're not gonna have a lot of time to find Ray.
Don't worry, kid. We won't leave here without her.
So this also isn't an example of Finn clowning, and I'm sure you already know why it doesn't make sense for Phasma to just lower the shields, as if she's completely forgotten that she's wearing armor, and is a trained soldier, and is completely loyal to the First Order. I mean, given that Rey is a Mary Sue in the theatrical version of this film, and given that she's already performed a Jedi mind trick after having taken only 2 practice tries at it, it actually would have been more consistent if Rey simply stumbled into the scene and performed a Jedi mind trick on Phasma to get Phasma to lower the shields. Sure, the Jedi mind trick only works on the weak-minded, but given how much of a Mary Sue Rey is, I'd bet that little rule really wouldn't have mattered to her. Anyway, let's continue.
You can't be so stupid as to think this will be easy. My troops will storm this block and kill you all.
I disagree. What do we do with her?
Is there a garbage chute? Trash compactor?
Yeah, there is.
General, their shields are down.
Thank the Maker!
Han did it.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to show the remainder of that scene is so that you can see the difference when we cut out all that Finn and Phasma foolery. Here we go.
The longer we're here, the less luck we're gonna have. The shields.
General, their shields are down.
Thank the Maker!
Han did it.
Alright, that's it. Han, Chewie, and Finn break in, and Han tells Finn to get on the task of lowering the shields. We then cut to the Resistance base where it's stated that the shields have been lowered, meaning that Finn has done exactly what he said he was going to do. very easy and very non-clownish, and very respectful to Finn's character.
I'll go in and draw fire, but I'm gonna need cover.
Sure you're up for this?
Hell no. I'll go in and try to find Ray. The troopers will be on our tail. We have to be ready for that. Oh, there's an access tunnel that leads... Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? I'm trying to come up with a plan.
Okay, let's remove that. For the good of humanity, let's remove that.
I'll go in and draw fire, but I'm gonna need cover.
Sure you're up for this?
Hell no. I'll go in and try to find Ray. The troopers will be on our tail.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we take the clown out of Finn. That's all for now, but I'm not done with The Force Awakens just yet. We took the Mary Sue out of Rey. We just took the clown out of Finn. Next up, we'll take the childish tantrums out of Kylo Ren. Should be fun.